What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Turtles of Grayskull Sla'ker, Evil Cybernetic Snapping Turtle. And he's actually a pretty cool figure. I have been excited to get him. I just found him in Target the other day. He does come with a couple of the parts from Metal Botto, as you can see here. It looks like he's got at least the head up in there. We'll see what else he's got when we get the package torn open. As we turn around to this side, it's got a really cool artwork of Sla'ker with Slash's normal custom dagger accessories. I feel like this just looks like Slash. I'm not seeing a whole lot of Faker in here other than the blue and the pizza kind of mechanical controls in there. Just looks like a big old blue Slash to me. Let's go ahead and go to the other side where we've got another picture, and then the best artwork, as always, on the back of the box. We have a Sla'ker here in the middle, Shredder, and then Skeletor on the side. I'll go ahead and do a little zoom in on this down here so you can pause it and read it if you want to and look at this Metal Botto stuff. It looks like he comes with the head, the groin, and the legs. And then, as you know, we have the arm, and some of the arm accessories came with Mouse Jaw. And it says, when Krang's scheme to mutate He-Man required a test subject, Skeletor knew just who to use. He-Man's robotic doppelganger, Faker. Covered in the same mutagen that created the evil turtle Slash, the diabolical duplicate rose from the ooze as a deadly robot turtle, Sla'ker. So, remove chest armor for robotic reveal, and all that really does is basically show you that sticker that's on his chest. So, really cool artwork on the box. What we're going to do now is go ahead and get him pulled out, set up with some of his stuff, and take a closer look. And then here we have a little picture on the back. It shows that the shell is removable and you can store one of his daggers in the shell, it looks like. Alright, so here we've got him pulled out of the box. He is a really cool figure. I can see some bands on his knives over here, so we are prepared. We're going to get those bands popped out. Let's pull him off this back card. Just see, we have this cool little card here. We know this is not a comic book. It is actually like a large style playing card. So I'll get this opened up and we'll take a look at this in a second as well. But for now, let's get this guy pulled out of the box. It looks like there's no bands on the head. We had a couple down here on the legs, but it just slid right out from behind him. We do have some bands on the daggers. Get those out. Alright. Man, he's a big figure. You can just feel it like Krang when he's in your hand. He's a large boy. We'll go ahead and get this shell, which is also extremely large. Go ahead and get this placed on the back, because I feel like these turtles need their shells. Did I get it right side up? I believe so. Let's go ahead and set him down here for a second. That shell adds a lot of weight to his back. Just stand here for a second, Sla'ker. I need to look at your photo on the box and make sure I got the shell on right. Yeah, it looks like according to the box, this is the way that the shell will go, with this big spike pointed at the top. All I was wondering is if that's going to kind of get in the way of some of the bandana articulation, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and get his knives in his hands. Don't mind the purple all over my fingers. I was working on Skeletor, 200% Skeletor vintage figure. Bad thing is I guess some of the paint's crumbling off and getting on the figure. So there we have Sla'ker, and we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at these metal botto parts. So he does come with an extra head, or not an extra head, but a head for metal botto, and it looks like it's definitely got a different style plug on it. This plug's not going to work on his head, so, or any other Origins head. Looks like this is going to be specific to metal botto. This piece right here comes down, or you can have it up. Actually, it seems to, I feel something moving in here in this, yeah, so when you move it down, this little tip kind of moves. Interesting head. Pretty cool though. Set that off to the side, and then we've got the metal botto legs. I suppose if you weren't going to get all of the different sets to create metal botto, you could just use these legs to make another character or something. But you're not going to be able to use the head with anything unless you do some custom work on it. Alright, so here we have Sla'ker all on his own. We got everything else out of the way. Let me go ahead and get the knife out of the way, and we can take a better look at him with his shell on. And this is the part that I was talking about, I guess. Will he look to the left? Yes, he will. And he will also look to the right. You can feel this shell kind of moving a little bit when the bandana swivels and hits this right here. But it seems to be okay, moving out of the way. As far as down, he can look down about like that. He can look up about that about that high. He does have 360-degree rotation in his arms. However, again, it bumps the shell. He has a single jointed elbow. So we can go straight to about a little less than 90 degrees. We got some Beastman-like armor here on the side. He does have the waist cut, so he can go 360 degrees and split in the waist. With these big characters, you know, we don't get such a good split on them. This forward to back is really minimal. About something like that is all I'm getting out of my guy. A single jointed knee. Doesn't bend up very far, but it's enough to, you know, notice a difference. As far as his ankle, we do have it point down, point up, and then rock all around. We do also get the boot swivel. So he comes with all of the classic movement options that you get with an Origins figure. He's just larger. I'll go ahead and pull another figure in here in just a second. I got this guy right on hand, so I'll just bring him in just for a quick size comparison with an Origins figure. This is Skeletor that came from the Stranger Things pack. So you can just tell by looking at him, he's significantly bigger, he's significantly thicker. The arms are way bigger, the legs are way bigger. It's basically just if they took something like this and scaled it up, turned it into a larger figure, which we know became the body for Andre the Giant in the Wrestler series. So we got to reuse those mold parts. Makes sense to me. Why not use them to give us some of these bigger figures that we needed in a larger size anyway? So we'll go ahead and get Skeletor out of here. He's trying to throw his Havoc staff at me. So we will go ahead and start taking parts off of him. Take his daggers off. These are just nasty looking, like punch or slice. Look at the blades on there. Just some pretty lethal weapons, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and pop the shell off just to make all this easier. These will slide down over the biceps. I hate taking these off, just because it seems like once they get stretched out, they never want to go back to exactly the same type of fit. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to strip him right on down. And then this will just unplug right here. And it looks like we better take the head off. Slide that over top, put the head back on. Then he can come apart at the waist. Sorry, I had to yank that off camera. And then his little skirt will come off also. And now you can see he's basically got that Andre the Giant torso with different hands and feet. And a little Faker-like sticker in the middle here with some pizza on it. We'll go ahead and get in close on that so you can see. And we'll go ahead and look in here too. You can see that the mouth is hollow, so the bottom jaw is actually like attached, it looks like a separate piece maybe. No, it looks like, I don't know, it's weird. So there's no articulation in the mouth at all, but you can see through there. You can see into the mouth, which is different. Normally that is just kind of painted to look like it's the back of the throat. When we turn him around, you can see his bandana does spin all the way around. That was something we couldn't really show with the turtle shell on. Really cool looking toes. Little things that I appreciate would have been cool if they maybe painted these toenails, maybe painted his fingernails, just to give it that little something extra. The hands will also come off, and then you can pull these wrist bracers off of both sides as well. So the guy that would make most sense to part swap with him, I guess, would be Faker. I don't have Faker down here with me. Excuse me. I just have some of the Turtles of Grayskull, as well as the Stranger Things 2-pack right here handy. But we did the comparison with Skeletor. You can see he is a much bigger figure than Skeletor. I'm going to go ahead and get his armor thrown back on him, and then we'll kind of put him with some of the other Turtles of Grayskull, just so you can see how the line looks together, and we'll kind of go over all of those guys together. Alright, so here we have everything that we've got unboxed so far. We still have Ram Man, Shredder, and Beast Man to do unboxings for. But as far as the Turtles of Grayskull line, we do have all these unboxed and up on the channel if you want to go back and check out any of those reviews. We've got Turtle of Grayskull, Duncan, also known as Man-at-Arms, Mutated He-Man, Mouse Jaw, just got finished with Sla'ker. This is the Megator / Krang, Donatello, Leonardo, and Raphael. Still waiting on that Michelangelo, Casey Jones, Skeletor, and is it Tila? Yeah, I think Tila comes out with that set, not April O'Neil, Tila. But out of these guys right here, who's your favorite? I'm still thinking Krang is my favorite, Megator Krang. He is just beastly. I love how big he is. I love how he feels. Sla'ker's also another cool one. I like the bigger figures. It would have been cool if they just came out with like an alternative line of Origins in that size. I feel like that would have been a win if we just would have redone Origins all in this scale. I would have been cool with that. I like it. The bigger characters feel really neat to me. As you can see with the insert, the Megator Krang is still about close to a head taller than Sla'ker. And then Sla'ker is about a head taller than all these guys, just depending how their legs are. You can see Mouse Jaw, we've got his legs rather straight, where He-Man's legs are kind of bowed and bent at the knee. So they're all roughly the same height, all of these guys are. And then Krang's the tallest, and Sla'ker shortly to follow. And then you saw we did get the Metal Botto legs and head with Sla'ker, and then we got an arm and some of the weapons with Mouse Jaw. So hopefully we'll get the rest of the parts for this pretty soon. See if we can get it to just chill right there. Hopefully we'll get the rest of the parts for that pretty soon. Thanks for checking out the video. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. Don't forget to subscribe, turn your notifications on, hit that thumbs up button. It helps the channel a lot. We're growing, and it's all because of you guys. So let's continue the good work. I'll see you next time. God bless.